Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Chandler, or the Geek Slays, and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast, episode 123. We're back with Wunder, only he's not here. He's there.
I'm a mile from there,
That's fair. Well,
or
it's
here.
it's like, what, 3/4 of a mile as the crow flies, but like 2 miles as the road goes?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have a river we have to go around.
Yeah. If we didn't just cut across some fields, it'd be fine.
hmm
um, but yeah. So as you guys may know, if you've been in Twitch streams recently, Wunder got himself a PC.
I did.
He did. So now he
Indeed.
doesn't have to be here. We can record stuff this way, unless it's food stuff. You kind of have to be here for food stuff.
Yeah.
But the majority of the time, we can do Discord calls and this type of thing, and it's great. You've gotten to play some new games that you've never experienced before.
Yes.
But first of all,
Keyboard and mouse is interesting.
right? You've adapted quickly. I must say that. At least fairly. I mean, you're decent at Valorant, and it annoys me. It depends.
Yeah, I don't,
I'm the same at Valorant as I am at like every video game, as you've noticed. I'm either
Yeah.
really good or really bad. I have no consistency.
mhm.
So
Yep,
it's like when
yep,
I'm
that is
playing
true.
right, I'm miles better than you. When I'm not playing right, you seem like you're miles better than me. It's the thing you've always had about video games, though.
Yeah.
You've always picked them up and been like good right off the bat. And it's really fucking annoying.
It's just, I don't know. My brain remembers sequences a lot faster than most people. So
That could be.
the hardest part for me right now is I have big hands, and long fingers. And it's for me, that's kind of hard to keep them scrunched together, especially since I've jammed them all
Yeah, you have
in the past.
hand problems.
And I've also have no cartilage in my left wrist.
Yeah.
And so when I try to do stuff after a long period of time, it starts cramping up
Yeah.
down in my
That's
forearm.
well, you're working muscles you don't work at ever. You know? This isn't
At least not with that hand anyway.
these aren't oh my god, grow up. These aren't motions you do with a hand often. So you gotta build up that strength.
hmm
You'll get there.
Yeah.
And also, let's not get too cocky about the big hands thing. Remember, if we go by the way the NFL measures, thumb to pinky, my hands are bigger than yours.
I have a short pinky though.
It was literally, I think yours are exactly 9, mine are 9 and an eighth. 9 and an eighth inches. His are 9 inches, which is hilarious. I do think you're
My hands are longer this way.
that, and
They're
I
just
think
not wide.
Your fingers are longer than mine. I'm more of a palm guy. You're more of a finger guy.
So you've got more palm than I do. I've got
Right.
more finger.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have a lot of finger. What what has this conversation devolved into?
In the ladies' world, it's all about them longer fingers, man.
Right? I know. Fuck's a big palm good for?
I don't know. Slapping people,
Bitch slapping some punching people?
you know.
Big palm, bigger fist? I don't know. Why are we talking about hand size? Oh, because you're cramps playing games. So
Mhm.
after about a week of experiencing the PC world, what do you think? How you feeling?
I'm enjoying my PC
Well, that's good.
quite a bit.
I worked real hard on that bitch.
Yeah. I gave you a little donation last night because of it.
I know. I appreciate that.
hmm
Didn't need to do that, but I
I
appreciate it.
waited till you took a bite of your food and then now.
Yeah, right? You dick. Oh, bastard. What a bastard. I still have another Chick-fil-A sandwich I need to eat.
Look at you. I just had ramen noodles.
Hey, well, it depends on how you make. You know what? We're moving away from PC for a second because our fat asses need to talk about food. How do you make your ramen?
Depends on the type of ramen.
Like the like Marashan normal regular cheap ramen.
So the ones that come in like a square pack or
Yeah, the little square packs. Yeah.
So usually I break them while it's still in the package, I break it into 4 pieces.
Weird.
And I put it in my bowl and I put water in it to my desired level and put it in the microwave.
Oh my.
With the cup ones, I take a glass of water and I boil it in the microwave and then I pour it into the cups
Oh my God. So
because you're not supposed to microwave the
I refuse to
cup.
make instant ramen correctly, like by what it says on the package.
Mm-hmm.
So I go very bougie with ramen. So
I've done
like
it before. I made like an Asian
no, this is how I make ramen.
General Tso type ramen noodle
No,
before.
this is how I make ramen every time. I take some chicken broth and boil it over the stove. Use that to cook the noodles in.
Mm-hmm.
Then add either, it depends on whether I have any chicken breasts cooked or not. So I'll either add fresh chicken breasts or I'll go get a can of chicken, which is weird to some people, I know, but it's fine. It tastes like chicken. It's real chicken, I think. Uh, you take that, you add it in, then you add your flavor packet. Then you take green beans or corn or whatever vegetables you have available. Sometimes you open new cans and just use it multiple times, or you use leftovers from the night before. Make sure
Right.
nobody added sugar to the corn the night before, though, because when you add that into the ramen, it tastes fucking weird. Sugar does not belong in ramen.
Yeah. I usually I have liquid chicken broth. So like
Yeah.
it's like a thick liquid.
Yeah.
It comes in a little jar. And it doesn't matter if it's the square package or the cup type ramen. I always take a little extra and put it because it's never chickeny enough.
Right?
Never
Right?
it's never brothy enough. So
Yeah.
and I like a little extra broth in the end, so I fill it up higher than you're supposed to.
So
And
the other thing I do that's weird to people, I think, is I'll make like a turkey sandwich or a salami sandwich, fry it up so you got that nice crunch.
mhm,
And then I will dip it in the leftover broth
mhm.
so that the bread gets all moist but still has the crunch from the cooked edge. Oh my God. It's
Yeah.
such a simple meal. I make it way more difficult than the average person does who, water and sauce packet, we're done. I can't do that. That it doesn't taste as
I've
good. You got to add some flavors.
I've always liked to take summer sausage, the little summer sausage things you can
Yep.
get, slice them up and fry them
Yep.
like a sausage patty or something.
Yeah.
I like doing that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because for one thing, I'm not a big grease guy, and
Valid.
summer sausage is always really greasy unless it's the stuff that my mother makes, like wild game stuff.
Sure.
But if you fry it, it gets rid of some of that grease out of it, and
Yep.
it makes it kind of crispy. And I think it gets a lot better. A lot of times I can only eat one or two slices of if it's just regular. If I fry them, I can eat a bunch.
It's been a long time since I've had any summer sausage at all, let alone the stuff your mother makes, which is always great.
Yeah, well, and the stuff you get from the store isn't necessarily that healthy for you.
Valid.
At least the wild game stuff we make is fairly good for you because it's not horribly greasy, and we still add like beef or pork into it because we have to in order for it to stick together.
Sure.
But it's mostly wild game, so
Fuck, maybe this year if we get anything, which I don't know if we will. I don't know if Kevin got tags anywhere. I didn't because I don't have fucking time, bro.
right.
Especially like for elk. I don't got time to take a week.
I put in for like 6 different tags and didn't draw a single thing. I'm pissed. How do you
Generals
not
it
draw
is.
for anything? Like even antelope. I didn't even draw for antelope. An antelope I've drawn every year for the last 11 years.
Yeah, everybody's having. So a bunch of people at the power plant, I guess, were saying they didn't draw either. Did they just
Yeah, I don't.
reduce the number of tags they're giving out?
Well, they did for some deer place. They reduced some deer tags in some areas, and they did reduce antelope tags.
Weird.
But elk, they actually increased.
And
because they're
nobody's
having
getting it. That's weird.
Yeah, well, see, the problem is they draw more out of state tags than they do in-state tags.
That's dumb.
you got to look at it from their standpoint. They're all about money,
Right.
and people from out of state pay 4 or 5 times more than an in-state person does. I mean, you're looking at $500-600 for a singular tag, maybe even more.
Right.
So
Well, and then
that's
they
why
have to
they
get
like to.
here and they spend more money in state. And
Right, and not only that, a lot of times they're unsuccessful.
that's true.
So they can draw more tags technically, banking on the fact that they're not going to be successful on their hunt.
Right.
Because most, for like me, I know all the little honey holes. Every time I draw, there's a 90% chance I'm going to be successful. Somebody who comes out of Wisconsin or even Colorado who doesn't hunt a lot here, you know, they come here and they know where, the public land is, because most people have
Right.
onX anymore, but they don't necessarily
Just because you know the public
know how to
know
hunt
where
things.
the public land is doesn't mean you know where to be there.
Right.
It's just you know your spots where you hunt. We know ours where we hunt. You probably wouldn't figure it out if you went to where we go for elk.
No, well, after a few years, I'd definitely figure it out, because I'm more in tune to the nature than most people. But
right, but you go this year. I mean, unless you get lucky and stumble across one, you're not going to know all the little areas, the good places to be.
The thing is I've done it enough, especially for deer. I can go someplace I've never been and been like, okay, I know they like this type of stuff.
Sure.
I know where to look. A lot of times, the first thing I do is I'll go to a really high point. I'll go, okay, there's a big high peak right there. I'm going to go up there and I'm just going to sit there and glass. And usually within a day or two, I got deer spotted.
Sure.
Now, the problem is most places nowadays are, state or BLM or something like that. And there's a lot of hunters anymore these days. So, you'll probably, like, especially up on the peak, if you go in anywhere, if you don't have a little private place that somebody lets you on, you're going to run into 5, 6, 7 people in a day, most likely. So it is, and they shoot at everything up there. It doesn't, if it has little itty bitty horns, it's going to get shot at. And so everything is super flighty up there. So if they
even
see
if
you
it's not
coming
the correct
from
animal, they shoot it.
Yes.
That story was hilarious.
Yeah,
I don't know if we're allowed to say it, but is it going to hurt anybody? Don't use names.
I don't think so. I don't even know their names anyway.
Oh, that's valid.
I will say they came out of New York. That's all I will say.
Yeah.
But they came up to hunt elk, and they passed me on a trail, and I stopped and talked to them for a little while, and they seemed to be decent people. I mean, they weren't bad people, but they were all excited because they got to go elk hunting, and they drew for elk, and they've been putting in for a few years, and they finally there was like 4 of them, and only 2 of them drew. And so they headed up the trail, and they kind of asked me, well, we're looking for elk. Do you have any ideas? And I always tell them, I like to tell people, first time hunters around that Albany Peak area, because it's easy to get to and there are elk there. And so I told them kind of a little bit of how to get there and stuff like that. And they were like, oh yeah, they were super thankful and stuff. And just for shits and giggles, I kind of moseyed my way over to Albany as well and kind of went into a different area. But a little while later, it was getting pretty close to dark, and here come these guys back out, and it was the same truck, and they're going by, and they pull up, and they're, oh man, so we think, I mean, I'm thank you so much for letting us know where these elk are at, man. We weren't up there very long, and we found them. And I'm like, oh, cool, and they just had cow tag. That's why they were able to draw. The cow tags are easier to draw than bull tags. And so I'm like, oh man, so I want to look at these cow elk. And I'm like, so you guys got them in the back of your truck, man? Would you guys have a winch or something? Oh no, we just drug them back up. We just drug them in there. And I was like, well, how many did you shoot? 2 of them? Oh, so you guys filled out? Oh yeah. So I walk around the corner in a truck, and I peek over, and I go, yeah, you definitely got it. But those aren't elk. And they're like, oh, we looked at the pictures. Those are definitely elk. They look just like the picture. I'm like, yeah, those aren't elk. And I tried to convince them that they weren't elk, and then I was just like, all right, well, you do you. Well, they took off, and I was just kind of like dumbfounded at what I just seen. And a little while later, they got pulled over by the Game and Fish, because there's always once you go off of Albany, you drop down, and as soon as you hit the paved road, there's always a game warden sitting right there, and they check every vehicle coming out of off the mountain.
Oh yeah.
And well, turns out they found a couple of alpacas or llamas. I don't remember if they were llamas or alpacas. They look close, but yeah, they murdered some ranchers. Or actually, there's a sheep farmer up there that had a few sheep that had alpacas in there to kind of protect the herd from coyotes and stuff. And yeah, I don't think they'd have been very good eating.
The llama.
They shot the llamas, man. This ain't Fortnite.
This ain't Fortnite, bro. Oh, that was so funny. That one was great. Yeah.
Yeah, they got in trouble over it, but they just ended up, I'm guessing they ended up just having to pay the farmer for them or the rancher for them. And
right.
You know, because I'm sure, well, and I hear stories all the time. People are up there, don't know what they're doing, and they shoot cattle or horses. And now horse I'd be a little more ticked off about, because horses are expensive anymore. You know, and even a prime cow, I mean, you're looking at, you know, a couple $1,000s or more. And,
but
you know,
I think, I'm sorry, if you can afford to travel 3,000 miles to go hunting, you can afford to pay for the cow you fucked up and shot. And
right.
If you're nice to the rancher about it, he might let you keep the cow. You know?
I don't know about the llamas, but
well, I don't know if I'd want to eat a llama. But if you fucked up and shot a cow, he might go, you know, all right, well, whatever cattle prices are now, you know, you guys take it. You got beef. There you go.
Yeah. A lot of times ranchers will have you pay for it and then take the cow too. Have it processed for themselves. But
that's fucked
up. Especially nowadays with how expensive, you know, beef and groceries and, you know, people are going to want their meat, you know?
Yeah.
So
I get that. But yeah, dumb hunters.
I've seen a lot of them. A lot of times up there on the peak. Man, a few years ago about had my head blown off because dumb hunters.
Dumb hunters.
Dumb hunters.
Yeah. Good times. All right, back to your PC, I guess. So we've played a few games: CS:GO, Valorant, PUBG, Vampire the Masquerade, Blood Hunt, which I guess I found some discourse about it online that we might talk about a little later. What else did we play on PC? I honestly
think that's pretty close to it.
Could be.
Oh, I won my PUBG match, by the way.
Nice. Mostly, I mean, you're going to get a bunch more games soon if you subscribe to Game Pass, and then we're planning on Tarkov at some point.
Yeah.
I'd say Game Pass might be the more important idea, just because the abundance of games that you can get for whatever. I think it's $10, $15 a month.
Well, I think on abundance. I think on the first, I'm going to get Escape from Tarkov and Game Pass.
Smart.
Because I get paid on the 1st and the 15th. So,
but with what we've played so far, what would you say is your favorite game?
Well, we haven't really played vampires much, you know.
Yeah, so that one was tough, and we both kind of really started enjoying Valorant. So
yeah, so I'd say Valorant is number one at the moment, but I'm actually liking PUBG too.
Yeah,
fair. You know, it's PUBG's tough. I'm still trying to, you know, learn the works and stuff, but I've won, you know, most of my PUBG matches so far. But that's because I'm very new to the game, so they're throwing me into people who probably are fairly new to the game, and you know me, I'm, you know, not booty when it comes to aim.
Right.
And so I just try to
find
booty
when it comes to learning to fucking walk in Valorant. God damn it.
Sometimes, I mean, a lot of times I'm fine, but
you're slowly getting better. Like I realized it throughout the day yesterday, but I always hated pushing places with you because I just hear you stomping your ass in there. It's like, man, they know we're here now.
Well, I got better as the day went on.
Oh, you did. And I think you'll keep getting better. It's a lot to figure out. You know, you're no longer working with a total of, you know, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buttons. You got 8 buttons here. You got, you know, I think your keyboard has 105.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you use all of them, but that's how many buttons there are. So.
Yeah.
And then it's a whole different hand movement, whole different muscle memory, really.
That it is.
So.
But I think I'm doing all right for.
Your aim is weirdly good. We got to get you better with guns that aren't fucking snipers, though.
I'm not bad with other guns. It's just I like the sniper because if I hit, you know, especially if I get the sniper I like, if I hit you, you're gonna die.
Right.
I don't like hit markers because somehow people can just spray and pray and somehow hit me in the head every time. So I try to give myself a chance. If I hit them first, they gonna die. But
that's valid. It's just it ruins your econ in game to buy the $5,000 sniper.
Right. But if I go on a
if you go on a good streak
where
it's
I
fine.
didn't die,
right, then it's fine. But you know, you've seen how tough it is when you aren't playing well. You finally get the sniper, you die without getting a kill. Now you don't have money for anything.
Right. Well, and I have no problem with just using what I can afford. You know,
sure.
A lot of times I can still get some people killed, but I don't know. I guess having bad econ forces me to use other guns.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a win-lose situation.
It's a win-lose situation. I love it. But yeah, I mean, it's super interesting. At least at time of recording, he has not started streaming yet. He might eventually. We'll see.
Yeah.
I have been weirdly busy for the last 2 weeks. Like, constantly doing shit and still somehow being behind on everything I need to do.
Good for you.
We were an hour and a half late to record this podcast.
Yeah.
We'll record it at 5 tomorrow. Don't worry. At 6:30, we're both finally free to sit down and do it. Like, everything is just crazy.
Yeah.
The summer craziness. I still got to get... one day, actually, we need to sit down and talk about our next set of cooking videos.
Mm-hmm.
What we want, because maybe I should talk to you about it first so I don't end up cooking, 5 things in the same day that are entirely cheese.
As long as I don't have anything going on afterwards, it's not a big deal.
You had a rough day that day.
It was a little rough.
Yeah.
But
let's, we can work around that. I don't think of it because your dumbass always eats cheese and drinks milk.
Ice cream or
so I don't think of it initially.
Yeah, well, it's not like I'm gonna die or something like that from it. It's just back to the toilet. So,
but yeah, because those are fun, and I don't know. I also need to sit with you because FTI wants to do. I don't know how much of this I'm allowed to talk about. They want to do some cooking stuff over the summer. Like, they want a series of cooking videos done. And they want, like, summer-style meals. So, like, I don't know what the fuck that should be. Because they're like, cook something that's really good and that you really enjoy. And it's like, you know me, the first thing I think of when it's like, let's teach somebody how to cook something really good. Let's teach people how to make a chicken fried steak that'll make them never be able to eat one at a restaurant ever again. Come on. When's the last time you've had a chicken fried steak from a restaurant that was as good as the ones me or like my grandma, my mother, my father make?
I honestly don't get chicken fried steak from restaurants because
they're never good.
I'm always disappointed. So
for me, it's because you've tasted the chicken fried steaks I've eaten my entire life. No restaurant can come close to that. None.
Right.
It's so good. I've also learned that chicken fried chicken is better than chicken fried steak. Big chicken fried chicken guy.
Yeah.
It's better. I don't know why, but it's better. But like that doesn't feel like a summer meal. It's too heavy. I still eat it in the summer, but like
Mm.
it's too heavy of a meal, you know?
Right.
So trying to come up with something has been difficult. Be douchey, cook wild game.
Yeah, not a lot of people have access to wild game.
Well, if you're in a bigger city, you can actually find a lot more stuff that you can just go out and purchase. There's like butcher shops that sell all sorts of. It's funny, it's counted as exotic meat. Like elk, deer, antelope is exotic meat, where here it's.
And you have to actually have a special license to sell it too.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, but just most about every state, you have to have a special permit or license or something like that to sell it, to process it and sell it. Yeah, because it's technically an exotic meat.
Weird.
So, like some ocean foods or something like that, they have to have, like Walmart. You buy stuff from Walmart, like crab legs and stuff like that. That's different. But like, there's some people out there that have like the puff fish or puffer fish or whatever that's technically poisonous if you don't process it properly. So
yeah.
So
that's one of those foods I would never want to eat.
Right.
Just like
somebody
snake.
Might have messed it up.
I can't do snake. I don't know.
I can't. I don't mind snake. It's just problem is they're just mostly bone.
That's fair.
So you don't get a lot of meat off them unless you get a really big snake. So.
But snake, it's just weird. I don't like snakes. Why would I want to eat a snake? I don't know.
I don't know. I've ate a lot of weird things.
I'm sure you have.
I've had like skunk. I've had possum.
Why the fuck would you eat a skunk or a possum?
They have things around here every once in a while that's like an exotic game taster, tasting. Yeah, a lot of it's not good, but there are some things that's like, oh. Huh.
Yeah.
Like most of the time it doesn't get too wild. Like,
skunk and possum's pretty wild.
Yeah, those don't happen very. Most times it's like gator or snapping turtle or something like that, which is
those aren't that weird.
Yeah.
They're a little weird. But...
They're weird around here. I like gator, like especially freshly cooked, because after a while it actually gets a little greasy. Like a greasy texture to it. It's not actually greasy, it just has a greasy texture.
Right.
And that can put a lot of people off. I mean, I still eat it anyway, and it's got more of a rubbery meat to it.
Yeah.
But I like it. I think it's good, especially, deep fry it and some breading or something, like you're making deep fried chicken or something like that. Do
you hear how fat this kid is? And then you look at him and he's not, and it's annoying. How many meals have you had today?
Well, I had breakfast. I had
second breakfast.
No, I had one of those big rolls that are stuffed with cream and have frosting and nuts on it.
Yeah.
So deadly to you.
Yes.
And then I also had a chocolate chip brownie. That was what I had for breakfast. And then for lunch, I had chicken nuggets and like these weird, like cherry fried, like little fried breaded things with cherry and cream on the inside. I don't know. It's weird.
Okay.
It was at a gas station. I just bought whatever. I was like, I'm going to try it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but yeah, that's pretty much all I've had except for ramen.
Nuts.
Yeah, that's not very much for me.
Yeah, no, I'm less impressed.
I got a lunch pail that's completely packed full of food. I just didn't get to it because
you were busy.
I was busy. I actually rolled a 4-wheeler today.
Why'd you do that?
Well, my boss told me to go spray this ditch on both sides, and the one side of the ditch there's no road. It's just like pointed, like this, and it's super steep drop off on one side, and then you got the ditch on the other side. And I got all the way to the end of it, but I'm just driving this little Kawasaki 300 4-wheeler with two big freaking spray tanks on it, so it makes it top heavy. And they always have like the tires over aired up, so they're super stiff. And those banks on those ditches are super soft. So when I tried to back up, I sloughed. And so I went forward again and got it back up on top. And then when I tried to back up again, it sloughed again, and I couldn't save it. And I just held on for dear life. And
why would you hold on?
Because if I bailed off, it's like 16 feet down.
Oh.
So I didn't want to break my ankles.
Yeah, but so you'd rather break your fucking neck?
Well, I just popped my back a little. Might be a little sore tomorrow, but there's two big tanks on it, so I was able to just tuck in and then it landed on its side, and I, with those tanks full, just grabbed it, picked it up, set it back on its wheels. It never stopped running.
Nice.
Which shocked me, but
it's probably not great for it, but that's fine.
And my boss was sitting right there, but he was distracted and didn't see it. And so I just picked it up on its wheels really quick and then drove it around, got back up on the ditch, and I was going to keep on spraying on the other side. And when I went to, and it, turn the spray on, nothing came out, and I went, shit. So I got off, and the little plastic fitting that's on the outside of the pump busted off, so it ruined the pump. So I have to replace the pump on it.
You got to pay for that?
No.
Oh,
no.
Well,
Pathfinder will pay for that. But
that's good.
And they're not super expensive. They're just little itty bitty pumps about this big,
Right.
It's just a pain in the ass to put them back in there, put them back on.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so my ego is a little bruised.
My ego is a little bruised.
I got back to the shop and I told everybody what happened, and then eventually told my boss what happened, and they're like, well, such and such has rolled it, I've rolled it, he's rolled it. Hell, our boss, he forgot to strap it down on the trailer and lost it out in the field. He got to where he was going, looked back there, and it was gone.
Nice.
And so he had to go back and look for it, and it was laying out in the middle of the field on its side.
Good God.
But yeah, there's way too much weight and tank on that thing. Because it's real small and narrow and it's easy to roll.
You need our honestly one, or our silver one. I mean,
or even a 500, like my Honda 500. That would be way better than what.
Yeah.
But with it being smaller, it's easier to get maneuver through some things, unless it's fucking sloped, because it is really easy to roll that thing. I'm surprised I haven't rolled it yet. I've tried, but I was able to. Well, a lot of times the slope it's not as steep, so a lot of times I'll just gun it and kick the ass end out so it faces downward, so that I can just ride it out. But this one, it was just a real steep drop off, and going backwards, all it wanted to do was just dig in, and then it sloughed, and there's nothing I can do. I mean, even if I threw it, drive, it was going sideways, so nothing I could do there.
Right.
But I got the ditch sprayed, so
good job.
Yeah. I didn't die.
So are you actually liking this job more than bartending, or do you wish you still had your bartending job?
I mean, bartending had its perks, but I like this job just because I get to be outside and stuff. The only thing I like is spending over half of my check on fuel.
Yeah.
These gas prices are killing me, man.
Well, that's what you get for being a dumbass and picking a job that's 45 miles away from our house.
Yeah, but I had to do something that makes it look that looks a lot better on my resume, so I can maybe get that power plant job, which is also 45 some miles away. But that's $34 an hour.
Yeah.
But
that pay is way different. But
I mean, I'm not saying this isn't bad pay. I mean,
so here's the thing. I actually maybe could get the job at Pathfinder. I wouldn't want to, but that's a whole different thing. But it's like the reason why I sit here and do this instead of having a job somewhere in a town over there, right? It's like the jobs I could probably get, I wouldn't earn enough money to pay for the fuel to get back and forth.
Right. And I probably could have went to the rock quarry, which wouldn't have been that bad because that's like 10 miles.
Yeah.
You know? But that I just wanted to do something a little more. I like to expand my resume. I don't want to just, okay, this, I'm doing this industrial thing. I'm doing this bartending job, or, I want to do something that's different. Like pathfinding, there's a lot of things that you get to do as a ditch rider. You're not just riding ditches, but, you learn to do a lot of things with numbers and water regulation, and you get to run all kinds of different equipments, and so you just get to learn a lot of things. I've learned a lot of useful skills and stuff just in the short amount of time that I've worked there.
Sure.
And the nice part is I get my winters off. If I decide to go keep doing the ditch riding thing, I have the winters off to hunt. I just got to find me a little part-time something to do here and there to keep me with a little bit of money so I can, till I get back to April.
Your goal with streaming, have it be the part-time job? Oh, fuck.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like that's going to take a year or two maybe before I'm able to just sit here and stream over the winter time in order to, unless I'm like your other buddy over there in Cheyenne, where he gets to just gets to sit down for a few nights and I'm making $1,000 a night.
Dude, fucking K-Smack popped. It's cool to see. It's cool to see. A little. It's wild.
It must be nice to be a decent looking human being.
Being attractive, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because people are like, attractive, I'm gonna simp.
Right? I need some simps, please. Somebody simp for me.
I'm getting a knock. Give me uno mas second.
No, you don't get a go. You're here until we're done. No.
Well, I'm just gonna tell them, hold on for a second. I'm doing a podcast.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, while he's gone, that's a perfect time to segue into our, not a sponsor spot, but to let you know that we do have an affiliate link for Secret Labs if you want to pick yourself up a beautiful chair. Mine is the soft weave fabric in, I think it was charcoal and blue. Mine's really old. His is the leather version, some League of Legends bullshit. I'm talking about our chairs. I figured I might as well get a Secret Lab promotion out of the way. It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's a good time. I think. But yours is pretty. That's for sure. Very blue.
I'm a blue guy.
It's a very blue chair. Mine's dark because dark's great. I like my grays and blacks and purple, obviously. But they don't sell an all purple chair. I might end up with a black and green one, though. I'm really thinking about buying that Minecraft chair. I'm strongly considering.
That's another thing I'm going to be excited for is playing Minecraft on PC.
Yeah,
it's going to be so much nicer.
Got to pay for it and then got to go through a bunch of bullshit. And again, I need a Discord call one day with you and with Eero to see about setting up and doing like a community Minecraft server.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll have to talk about it because it costs money to keep a server running. And, are we actually going to play it enough for it to matter? Like, is it worth the 50? So I think it's $15 a month to run the server. So like $5 a piece. But like, we all need to talk about whether that's a good idea or whether we're just going to play Minecraft,
Right. Well, and that's something we might be able to just set up a day. It's Minecraft Day or something like that.
Right, yeah.
Monday Minecraft. I don't know.
Minecraft Monday, absolutely. So, I don't think he can do Mondays. But either way, we'd have to sit down and talk. Yeah, for sure. Sit down, talk about it. We'll do that eventually. I love that the podcast just gets spoilers for everything else we're going to do. Like stuff we would never say on stream or in YouTube videos. We're just like, yeah, we'll say it on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you're
gives people incentive to watch the podcast.
I was gonna say, if you're loyal enough of a viewer to sit through 2 hours of a podcast every week to catch the weird random spoilers for things we're doing. You deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need to go check how that TikTok video from today's doing on the Team Kill Shit page. It's been weird. Team Kill Shit page has been weird. But nope. Dude, it's so weird. Our first two videos went 605 views, then 867, and then it went 94, 154, and now 28. Like, come on.
Damn.
Like, I don't know. Why no views? I want some views. It's tough.
We need the views.
We need the views. We need the views.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. It's TikTok. It'll grow slowly and surely. That's what TikTok be do. But yeah. So outside of streaming while you're gaming with me, do you have plans to stream other stuff at random times?
Yeah, like I still plan to stream like War Thunder. I like playing War Thunder every once in a while. I'll probably stream some PUBG, just some solo PUBGs and stuff like that. Maybe some other games.
That's the thing. Your world has opened quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm a diverse gamer. That's for sure. I play a lot of everything.
Fair enough. Well, that and now you just have so many options.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, eventually we need to play Portal 2.
What is
that?
It's
a very old game. You'll see it when we play it. It'll be great. I think it's going to cost like $5. It's a very old game, but they're fun. And it's co-op, so co-op games are always fun. I like story games where you get to play with people. Makes it a little more fun than playing alone.
That's fair.
Still can't believe I streamed fucking Valorant for like 10 hours last night. Only playing Valorant. When is the last time you saw me play one game for that long? Fucking Fortnite in 2019?
How'd you guys do, by the way?
It was all right. I mean, teaching 2 people how to play the game, and then
not everybody.
Our random always sucked. So
right.
And they always tried to talk shit, which was hilarious. Or having the other team. Yeah. The random was always trying to talk shit.
I always find it funny, like you're sitting there, you're like 1 in 16, and they're talking shit to the people that have 24 kills.
Right? No, it was funny, though. Last night there was a game where there was a kid on our team talking a bunch of shit to me and Anthony about how bad we were playing and whatever. And he was top of the leaderboard at the time. He was like 10-7. I was 1-9 when he was doing this, and I was like, dude, just shut the fuck up. And he's like, oh, you're bottom of the leaderboard. I don't want to hear it. And that was like at half. I finished the game 30-11. And was like, dude, really? What happened? Because he finished below me and Anthony at that point. I was like, dude, I thought you were the best on the team. What happened? Turns out we're just better, huh? He was so pissed. He was screaming. It was great.
At least you didn't get called a Smurf.
Oh, I did actually a couple times. Also got called a hacker once.
Smurfer.
Also got called a hacker once. Now, being called a hacker makes me feel good, though.
Right. Yeah, I like being called a hacker.
It's like, you can't believe that I'm actually this good at the game. You got to think I have to cheat to do the things I do.
I hated Warzone, old Warzone in that matter, because when you did pull something off that was awesome, people would report you, so you'd end up in hacker lobbies constantly.
Yeah.
For the next 7 games, there'd be 4 hackers in the fucking lobby. Yeah, that shit would drive me nuts. It's like, well, how about you just actually review something before you just, we're just going to set it up so whenever something gets reported, they just get thrown into a hacker lobby.
Right? Like, well, now they have an anti-cheat, so that is what helps most of the time. They're not they're not gonna accept every report as, oh, they're a hacker. They like have the systems in place now to know what's going on.
Right. And it's like, why did they wait so long to put an anti-cheat in?
Because they didn't want to pay for one, so they built their own.
Woohoo!
Whereas they
one of
could
the
have.
biggest money-making games you have. That's you can't spend.
You're also one of the biggest
$1
money
million
making games in
on
the world, and you couldn't just do what
you
Fortnite
can
and Apex do.
like no yeah. Not only that, like an anti-cheat for them is just pocket change. I don't understand why they were
Yeah,
paying nickeling. I think they were just literally purposefully neglecting people.
Fucking watch
Just to,
Warzone 2 not have an anti cheat at day one.
it'll happen.
That would
It'll
be
happen.
hilarious. That would be hilarious. I hate it. The gaming world we live in is just so. Bleh.
They stopped giving a shit about people, the gamers, people who actually play your game, and became more focused on, oh, let's see how much money we can get away with, you know?
Yep.
We'll make it look like it's going to be an awesome game, and it's just absolute dog shit, but people will buy it.
Because it says Call of Duty.
Yeah. Yep.
And I mean, fuck, I stand by it. There hasn't been a good Call of Duty since Black Ops 3.
That's fair.
You didn't play it a ton, but you still know it was good.
Right.
You just,
yeah.
I don't know what. I'm pretty sure you were Fallout 4 heavy at the time. Mostly because your internet was shit.
Well, I was about to say, I didn't have internet at that time much. I had Verizon for internet.
Right.
And that's negative.
I don't even think you owned Black Ops 3 at the time.
I did. I had it on disc.
Did you? I thought you had to buy the disc like kind of recently. I thought you bought a used one at GameStop.
Well, see, I had the disc, but I bought it online so that way I could. It was easier to manipulate as far as my external hard drive and stuff like that. So.
Gotcha.
And I don't have to put a disc in every time I go to play it.
Now you got to buy it again.
Right. Yeah.
Eventually. I think that one can wait a while, but
yeah, we got a lot of other options for now.
Yeah, I just at some point I definitely want to get into zombies again. Fuck it. And if I'm craving zombies that much, I'll just fucking buy it for you. Right. On PC, it's actually really easy. On Steam, I can just gift you games. Like you can just say purchase for someone else, and it'll just pop up in your Steam library. And
one of these days, I'm going to get this notification. You now own this game. Oh, okay.
Right? And you'll be like, yo, why'd you buy me this? And it's like, I want to play zombies. Fuck you. It's like, well, okay, you bought me a $60 game. I guess we're playing zombie.
Right. Yeah. I feel like it should not be $60 still.
Dude, original Modern Warfare 2 is still $60. Black Ops 1 is still $60. World at War is still $60.
That's dumb.
Activision, they got to make their money somehow.
Oh yeah, the billions of dollars they're making on their current games, that ain't enough.
No, they got to make sure I have to pay. Why do you think my series of playing every old Call of Duty has stopped? It's because I don't own any more of them, and I'm not rich enough. Well,
they do that on purpose because they know people are going to have to rebuy them if they want to play them for every damn thing that they get. So every time they get a new console, they have to rebuy the game if they want to play it. Or at least on PC, you don't have to rebuy it.
Yeah, once I buy it, I own it no matter what, no matter how many upgrades I get. Mm-hmm. And that's become how it is for console now. You know,
kind of.
As long as you own it, as long as it's still supported, you can download it on your newer consoles. So that's helpful.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. It's really dumb. It's really dumb. But I'm so pissed. So I was looking at stuff for Eero. He's talking about, you know, what's it going to take to build a PC or whatever. And I was going through stuff. And I was like, at the very high end, it's going to cost you $3,700, right? To get the best of the best everything. An RTX 3090 right now is down to $1,600. I paid $1,300 for my 3070 Ti. I'm pissed. I could have a 3090 for about the same price. I'm pissed. Fuck, if I had $1,600 right now, I'd buy a 3090. I don't care. I'd do it.
I'm happy with what I got.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, again, the difference for you would have been $900. You picked up the 3070 Ti for $700.
I'm impressed with these graphics cards. Like, they seem to be doing well, and they're cheap, figuratively speaking.
When you can get them for the MSRP, they are. Like $700 for the performance of a 3070 Ti is great. I think you spent $750 because we got you a better card. You could have got the weird ones for $700, but for $750 he got the for the Win 3, which better. So
and it was roughly $3,000 for everything.
I think it was $35.
Well, it was almost $3,500 because of all the tax and shit that we had.
I hate that. Other countries apparently have it so everything is listed with tax included, so you know what you're actually going to pay. We need to do that. Why is that not the standard here? Tell me what the tax is going to be before we get to the checkout counter.
Right.
Because I always forget about tax. I don't know why. It's on fucking everything.
Right. And then I don't know. Tax is dumb in this country.
Fucking $500 in taxes is crazy.
But hey, at least we got free shipping.
It's because I have Amazon Prime now.
Well, so do I. So
yeah,
we could have used mine too if you wanted to. But
I don't.
Just shipped everything to my place, but
that would have been really annoying because I would have had to go to your house and pick stuff up, bring it back here, then take it back there. That would have been frustrating.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just glad it all went together with no major issues. I mean, the stupid AIO wasn't a major issue. It was just fucking annoying. Having to redo the bitch 4 fucking times was... I still gotta finish editing that video, but I can't wait for everybody to actually see it. Be like, oh my god, that is really fucking stupid. Why are the tubes not like 2 inches longer? What would it have hurt? I don't know.
It's a good looking piece of machine though.
Yeah. I mean, like, that water block in my PC wouldn't have had an issue because I have a place to mount it at the top. So it would have been way better.
Yeah.
But yours, there's nowhere to mount it at the top because for some reason there's only room for a 120 fan instead of a 140, or the thing that would have made it better is room for a 280 rad, so 240 millimeter fans. I don't know why they didn't do that. It's really dumb. Because NZXT, as much as I like the company, they do some dumb shit. Just like that one computer case I had, the one that looked really pretty before this one. Remember?
Right.
That just
had
no airflow? Yeah. It's like, that's really dumb. Your literal whole thing is making computer cases. How do you fuck one up that bad?
Well, yeah, you have a strip of about that wide and that long.
Right down the side. That was it. It's like, the side? Really? Come on.
Yeah,
like,
and then...
Be smart. Just gap the fucking glass panel at the front. Just put little studs in there and gap it an inch so there's an inch of airflow around the whole thing. So the fans are able to suck in air.
I remember your PC was running like 100 degrees all the time, you know?
Yeah.
It had no airflow.
I'm pretty sure that's why that GPU died. That one right there.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah, it got a little hot.
This one does much better.
It was constantly hot. Just sitting there, it was getting hot.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. It was tough. Does a lot better now, but
even if it was water cooled, it still would have.
It would have struggled.
You still need airflow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was dumb. That was an awful case. I've seen people talk about it. Well, it's not really that bad. It's like, it is if you use actual high-end hardware.
Right.
Yeah, it's not that bad if you put a 1650 in it. It's like, well, no shit. 1650 struggles to run Valorant.
Mm-hmm.
Of course it's not going to run that hot. Put a 2080 Super in there. That bitch runs hot even if it's water-cooled. Like, I mean, that's the thing with GPUs now. You're packing so much power that it's hard to cool.
Yep.
I really do think for my next build, though, I'm going to go even a step farther than what we did for you with the AIO. I think I'm going to go full custom loop water cooling. It's a bitch to deal with because, you got to clean it out and stuff. But, like, the temperatures are just better. They're just better. By a lot.
Yeah, and just looking at this case that I have, it's got a lot of airflow.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that's the same form factor as the one I had. That's the H510 Flow. Mine was the 510 Elite. And, like, it's the exact same case. Only instead of just a solid glass front panel, it's just mesh and holes. Airflow. It's important, kids. Airflow is important.
But yeah, you can actually feel the fans pulling air.
Yeah.
That's how good airflow there is.
It's good. It's good. And your fans should be running pretty slow because you're not doing shit right now.
Yeah, no, they're I'm sitting at,
because you've seen it. It kicked up the one time and you could see it just fucking.
Yeah, I'm sitting at 41 degrees right now.
Yeah, that's not bad. I think where am I? Because my air cooler should compete with your water cooler pretty close. Yeah, I'm at 49. It's not terrible. It's truly the difference between an air cooler and a water cooler is under load. Your water cooler is going to outperform my air cooler. I can my air cooler can probably deal with cleaning it out.
Even when I'm maxing crap out, I'm only getting up in the 50s.
Yeah. You're hitting the 60s sometimes, but I'm sitting there at, 70.
As soon as those fans kick on, it drops instantly almost.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts. I love it. It's a nice computer,
amazing.
man.
You can hear, you can, not like you can hear it, more like you can feel it. The fans kick on and they just instantaneously look over and the temperature drops like 10 degrees.
Yeah.
Or more. But
water's really good at cooling things.
Yeah.
That's why they use it in a lot of places. Technically, I don't think it's water. It's a pain.
More
it's
like
some
an
sort
antifreeze.
of liquid. Yeah, there's some stuff in there. I love watching people do different things with cooling their PCs. Like Jay's 2 cents once did using cement to cool your PC. It worked until the cement hardened. So like liquid cement was just rolling through the loop. It worked until it didn't because it hardened. And then it still did a pretty decent job because there's a lot of thermal mass in concrete. So it's pulling the heat and sucking it through the concrete. It's just then, once the concrete is saturated with the heat, then it's not doing nothing. It's just like take my air cooler. Take the fans off of it. It would get, it would do a good job cooling for a while until it saturated the, Yeah. But, all right, we need to get ready to go do some D&D stuff in like 5-10 minutes. So,
I got to grab some dinner.
Yeah, I don't have any, but yeah. So,
we're having taco salad.
Fuck you. So, I think that will do it for us, unless you got anything else to say to the people.
Not this time.
All right, well, that will do it for us. So, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.